On Lindsey, do you know if he'll practice today or what?
He won't practice today, but I think we're optimistic he'll be able to go.
Okay. And then just in terms of just making sure on the COVID front, did you have any more positives this morning, and are the quarterbacks fully ready to go?
Yeah, no, everything was good this morning in that regard.
So for everybody as well?
Yeah, we had no more positives.
Okay. And then, so back to normal in terms of the quarterbacks, Drew getting the reps?
Yes. The one thing we're going to do today and do it on a day-to-day basis, Blake's not going to come into the building today from home after the virtual meetings.
So he's sort of in the quarantine situation then?
No, we're just he's coming over to get tested, come over to get something to eat. We're just going to limit his exposure here.
Okay. And then in terms of Shermer, what's the plan for him once he clears the COVID protocols?
Well, he's got to clear all those COVID protocols first and, and see where we're at with the other three guys at that point. He was brought in case the other three guys didn't continue to pass the COVID test.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Tyreek Hill, obviously a huge game last week. What kind of challenges he present besides his speed in terms of how creative they are moving him around?
Yeah, he's. I think he's the fastest wide receiver that I've seen in all my time, and he's not just a speed guy. He runs great routes. He gets in and out of things. His breaks are sharp. Really good runner after the catch. He's a special player, and and they use him well.
Excellent, Brady.
Coach, back to the quarterbacks real quickly. Did you ever decide on any discipline, fines, or otherwise with your guys? And a follow-up after you answer that real quickly.
Yes, we find them just following the same fine schedule that we've had for other COVID violations with the players throughout the season.
Well, then I guess my follow-up was, were you concerned at all about your comments? Only because there's been people out there that thought you may have gone a little too far with calling them out after the game and then now imposing a fine. That might have any kind of blowback in the locker room. Did that ever even cross your mind?
No, I don't think that's happened. I've talked to all four of them individually, and everything's fine there.
Thanks, Ronnie Stapleton.
Hey, Vic, I got a couple for you. Number one, is Shelby going to be back, and is Ed Donatel going to be back this week?
Shelby, we're hoping will be back. He's going to practice on a limited basis today, and we'll see how he does. Obviously, he's been out 4 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
And, his conditioning level and just overall football, getting back into the football swing of things, we're going to have to keep an eye on him this week. Ed has come back on a part-time basis. He was all of our meetings, as the entire NFL was yesterday, were virtual staff meetings. He took part in most of that. He's been in here today. Probably won't see him on the practice field for the entire time, if at all. But we're kind of taking it day by day and trying to increase his workload as we go and as he sees fit and how he's feeling.
Are you hoping to have him on the field at Kansas City or with you in Kansas City this weekend?
It's possible. I think whenever he does come back for the games, I think we'll put him in the box, so he doesn't have to stand on the sidelines for 3+ hours, because he's just still getting over this illness he had.
Next one, Trey.
Vic, thank you for the time. I thought you did the right thing by, your message that you were disappointed and addressing the way you addressed the team. Do you feel like this team is finally ready to move forward? And what is the challenge as you move forward to face Patrick Mahomes, who's having one of the greatest quarterback seasons in NFL history, at least statistically?
Yeah, I think we're in position to move past it. Obviously the meetings today have been virtual. We haven't seen the players yet. But I believe the guys are ready to move past it. And it was a mistake. We paid a price for it, with what happened with the game. And it's time for all of us to move on. Yeah, Mahomes is special. He's, not just this year. I mean, ever since he's taken over the starting job there in Kansas City, he's had a phenomenal short career. And he's just really a great quarterback and especially excels in their system. He's really good at operating their system.
Next one, Mike.
Yeah, Coach, a couple. Bortles, is he not going to practice with you then, or he's going to practice and then leave the facility?
No, he's not going to practice.
Okay, so he won't be in the facility at all with the
Well, he'll be
team.
here. He's got to come in here to test. He can come in here and grab something to eat, but we're going to do this day by day and
Okay.
see how the test results keep coming in.
And is that the same when you brought in the kicker, maybe to be in a stash him on practice squad for an emergency basis for the same reason?
I don't know that I'd call it that. To me, it's different. Blake's on the practice squad, and he's ready to go if we need him. I think it's a little different, although I can see where you'd see it's the same.
And then finally, just any meetings today where you addressed what happened Sunday and how you're going forward with your players?
Yeah, we addressed it today in a team meeting.
Next one, Eric Lala.
Coach, despite the kind of lopsided score last time, you guys did kind of contain Mahomes pretty well. Anything you can take from that performance to use this weekend?
Well, it was an unusual game. They had a 100-plus yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They had a 50-some yard pick six for a touchdown. They had some short fields. So it was unusual circumstances, their offense against our defense. But as a result, their team beat our team. And the way the game played out, their offense wasn't a normal game for them, nor a normal game for our defense.
Guys, time for a few more. Go ahead, Brandon.
Coach, yesterday, Joe Ellis put out a statement that was posted on all the team social channels, talked about the meeting you guys had. Can you share any insights from the meeting that you and John and Joe had about everything that I guess took place before he sent out that statement?
Yeah, it was a good, productive meeting. Everybody, gave their opinions and their feelings and their thoughts on everything to do with COVID and how we've been handling it, from the start of training camp till now. I think one of the there's many unfortunate things that came out of what happened, but one of them is that, now it's clouded the issue that we have been doing a good job here. Players, coaches, support staff, I think we've had 4 active players contract the virus and 3 coaches, and none of those cases had any contact tracing residual effects where other people had to go down also. That's a small amount considering, what we're going through here with this virus. But, then we had what happened with the quarterbacks, and obviously 3 guys go down because of the contact tracing, what happened with the game. So it overshadows all the good work that everybody has done here, starting with the players. And that part bugs me a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. We had that mistake with the quarterbacks, and we have to own it.
Vic, Michael Ojemudia got in after Bryce went down on Sunday. Obviously, I know it was a different game. They weren't passing a whole lot in the second half. But what did you see from him, and what do you really want to see from him over the last 5 games of his rookie season?
Yeah, I thought he tackled better in that game. He had been struggling tackling, in his last action that he had out there. Thought he did tackle better in that game. It's he's got a challenge. He played the corner position in the NFL. It's a challenging position to play, and it gets no more challenging than this week against the Chiefs. So just like to see him improve on a week-to-week basis, make some plays on the ball, have some good tight coverage when we need it, and when he's called upon the tackle to come through for us.
Final 2, Arnie and George.
Hey, Vic, Von Miller has talked about trying to come back into action this month. Has he been cleared medically, and is that a realistic option at this point in the season.
He hasn't been cleared medically to go out on the field and start practicing even on a limited basis yet. So I think the timeline is coming soon to where he might be able to do that. But until the medical people tell me he's okay to start practicing on a limited basis, you know, it's a moot point at this point. But I know he really wants to play. We'd love to have him play. But the medical people, until they clear him, you know, we're not going to put him out there, obviously. And even after they clear him, we'll watch him practice and make a decision whether it would be the wise thing or not.
Final one, George.
Yeah, Vic, I know Kendall's been put back on the practice squad, but do you think we could ever see him again, you know, in a Broncos uniform, you know, maybe playing wide receiver or special teams for you guys?
Absolutely. Kendall's a good player. We like Kendall. That's why he's been here. And, you know, he does a good job for us in practice. He had a good training camp with us. You know, he's a player that we have some good feelings for and about. And there's, you know, no telling. He may get his opportunity here at some point.